say absolutely no implant on your butt and no implant on your chin, unless you have a really bad structured chin. Those can shift, and it's just
I'm
not
only
good.
imagining that SpongeBob episode when Squidward gets the new face and he's like hot. So what is like the trendiest procedure right now?
Trendiest? I think honestly in this industry, the trend now is more natural. If you want to come in and you want to learn and educate and get your skin to the highest level it can be, that we're your people. So we are all about uplifting each other and uplifting women.
I'm Brittany Racine with It Might Get Loud, and today's guests are Katie and Lisa from Radiance Beauty Lab. Today we're going to get a look inside what is really going on in the beauty world. They are here to share all their secrets for anti-aging, natural or cosmetic, and how to build a business around uplifting others.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Let's
Saturday
go.
morning.
Yes.
I have Lisa and Katie here today, the owners and partners of Radiance Beauty Lab here in Ann Arbor, and we are going to dive right into all the trends and the good and the bad, the dirt we want to know about cosmetic trends and all your beauty secrets.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, tell them.
I'm going to go in backwards because we'll get to the story later. We just want to dig in with like the fun facts first. So what is like the trendiest procedure right now?
Trendiest?
I would assume it's filler and Botox. That's like the primary stuff, right?
I mean, I feel like that's always going to be around and always something that people want to do. But I think honestly in this industry, the trend now is more natural, like PRP, PRF.
What are those?
Platelet-rich plasma, platelet-rich fibroblasts. So we take the blood, we spin it, we get the healthy
zombie
platelets.
thing?
Not really the zombie thing. You've seen it like the vampire facial.
Oh, the vampire. That's what I was thinking.
So I mean, it goes beyond that, right?
Okay.
So we do it here for many reasons, you know. So getting your platelets, the healthy platelets, your body regenerates. It heals itself. It's the best thing to heal it, right? So with anti-aging, we use that for fillers. We use that for hair growth. We use that to stimulate collagen in the face. So if we're using it with, let's say, microneedling or radiofrequency microneedling or injections under the eyes, hair growth, things like that. So
you take their blood, you spin it around, then do you re-inject it?
Yep.
We re-inject it for hair restoration and to grow the hair. We microneedle it into the skin. We stamp it into the skin. It
Is that
helps
for, like,
promote
smooth-
healing time.
When you're doing that, your body is understanding what those stem cells are, right? So it's regenerating. It's causing collagen to rebuild. It's causing elasticity to rebuild. So it's really truly the best thing for
Like a
anti-aging.
reset.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's super trendy right now.
Yes, very much so. Because I think people are wanting to look more natural. That
Without
look
being super
of being
filled and
Hollywood.
frozen?
Yes.
Okay.
That's out. Now the more natural, smooth.
Maybe I need to get that.
Yes, you
I
do.
didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything
I'm
they just want is like undetectable. So you
Okay.
want to just look like your best version of yourself without looking like you've had something done.
Sculptor's
So-
a big thing too. It's not like using your own body, but sculptor is something that we inject in the face.
What is it?
It
a-
is
It's a biostimulator.
Yeah.
So
Is it like a
stimulates
filler?
your.
kind of acts like a filler, but your body is creating that collagen on its own with Sculptra. So
Okay.
what it is almost like a liquid stitch, kind of like if
Okay.
you think of threading in your face. You know how injectors will place threads. So it's like a liquid format of that, but it actually helps to grow your own collagen. And then all of a sudden you just start to see things like if you have hollowness, it really starts to fill in the hollowness, and it just regenerates, so everything starts to lift back up.
So it wakes everything up.
Wakes everything up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exciting. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get.
I am the
some done.
worst skincare person on earth. Like, you guys are going to cringe if I ever told you my skincare routine.
Well, we will change
It's
that.
like basically
Brett.
Vaseline and go to bed.
Hey, that's
I know, it's
really
so
honestly
bad.
though. That's another myth about Vaseline. People think, oh gosh, no Vaseline,
You're gonna break out?
You're gonna break out, but that's not the truth. The Vaseline you can even put on acne patients because if you're putting a light layer, that's keeping in moisture. That's locking in
Yeah.
your moisture, so that is good for your skin. And the molecule's too big, so it's not going to penetrate through your skin, but it just basically keeps that moisture locked.
I'm not one of those people that's like, at the end of the day, I'm dead. I do not want to do a 47-step routine to like scrub my face.
Right.
I just want an instant result.
Yeah, everybody
and let
does.
me go to bed.
Well, you and everyone else wants an instant result.
Yeah, but some people like the scrubbing and all that.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty focused on our AM
Pro
and
scrubbing.
PMs.
Yeah.
Like you should be exfoliating 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, and you should have a good, solid morning routine and night routine because if you want to grow old gracefully, 80% of your results are what you do at home. That's what people don't understand. They come in for treatment. They come in with not having a good skincare routine or not using the proper products,
And
but
they're
they
like,
want
"Fix
this
me."
instant reaction
Yeah.
or result. But 80% of your results are what you do at home, and using medical grade skincare is so important.
Yeah. I'm learning slowly.
But we'll get you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
One step
You're already
at a time.
beautiful, but I mean, we'll take you to the queen level, right?
Yeah. Add it to my to-do list.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
squeeze it in somewhere.
Right.
I feel like as women, we keep getting like younger and hotter because you guys are just doing all the things. But I feel like there's a stigma with men. Like they don't want to come in. I'm sure some do. But what should they be doing to keep up with us? Like what's something they can do without like coming in that can like help them, I don't know, catch up with us?
Yeah.
Sunscreen, washing their face, starting with that, not using like the 2-in-1 body wash for like
So
their
just
hair
use
and
better
face.
products?
Maybe
Yeah.
using better products. I feel like sunscreens, just staying out of the sun is like the biggest thing.
Okay.
With the anti-aging for men too, because they just are like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah, and I think too, it is overwhelming to walk into a lot of times, most of the 90% of the times you're walking into all women.
Yeah.
Right? So that's scary for men. But I think once we get the men in here and they start to see the results and know that we're not
They
going to
don't
bite
care.
them and we're very educational and we want to help them. We want more men in to come in.
We
and
want
not-
more hot men.
Yeah, we want more hot men. We want more men, period. But, men need to, they're really getting serious about taking care of their skincare. So there are a lot of men out there that do have good skincare routines and really want to take care of their skin. So when they come in and they start getting lasers and microneedling and all this kind of stuff, they're like, holy cow, now I look like my wife. This is great.
Right.
And they're comfortable and they want to come back.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like there's some that are like, cool, I don't really care about that like stigma.
right.
Or the judgment of it. And like, I wonder if you guys have like, remember during COVID when they had those backdoor appointments?
Oh, yeah.
There's like the men coming in,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
don't tell anyone I'm here.
Yes, yeah.
What
Yeah.
would you say? Is it like usually 90% women?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that.
I feel like there's been a big increase though in the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years of men coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wives bring the men in or their boyfriends, they convince them to come in and then they're still really hesitant. But then once they like start doing the treatments and they're like, oh, this isn't that bad. And they're like, oh, my age spots are gone. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them will do laser treatments and they'll be like, this is amazing. There's like really low social downtime because I think that's another thing they're afraid of is going in, doing a treatment and having social downtime and having to go explain to.
What, when their face is all red?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when their face is
Okay.
red or,
Maybe
they
they're
have
peeling.
yeah, stuff like that they just like, they don't want other,
People to know?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys going to do like full
Of course.
package?
Yes.
Get your man a
Yes.
spa day.
Yes. Yes.
Fix his face.
Yes. Yep.
Make him young.
But there are a lot of things out there too that really don't have the downtime. So you can go to work and
Right.
people won't know. But
Yeah.
it's working from the inside out. That's the
Cool. What would you say, which maybe you're going to say skincare, but what is one thing that every woman over the age of 30 should start? And then I want 50 and on.
I'm gonna say actives. So skincare.
what is this?
And active. So like
What's actives?
So something alpha hydroxy acid, a beta hydroxy acid, something that's gonna help us naturally exfoliate our skin.
Do you put that on your skin or you
Yeah.
eat a tablet? Sorry,
Seriously,
I'm
you're
so
thinking,
bad with skincare.
no, you're okay. I mean, glycolic, salicylic, mandelic, lactic, tranexamide,
Put on your face.
retinol, all these kind of things are actives that helps to cell turnover. And so
Okay.
as we age, as we're younger, we have this 28-day cell turnover, right? But as we age, that starts to go to maybe a 40-day or a 50-day or whatever, depending on our age.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get that skin, that dead skin, debris, those types of things off your skin, you're going to have healthier skin. That's why I'm saying exfoliate a couple times a week.
And
you
put
know?
all
Yes.
those things on.
Yes, yeah.
So can you just do one of those?
If you're going to pick one, I would
Which
say...
one am I doing? Because I can't do the
Retinol?
40-step thing.
Probably a retinol.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Start at age 30.
absolutely.
Rub it on at night.
And age 30, I'm going to tell this to everybody, medical grade skincare.
Okay,
I can't
so
tell you
not
how many people are spending so
Neutrogena?
much money on CeraVe, La Mer, things like that are like $300-400 and you're getting no benefit. It's really like a CeraVe. It's just marketing.
What's the best product? Like, what's your favorite brand?
Oh man, we're
probably
gonna
extra
say exosomes. I mean,
Yeah.
hands down, growth factor. So that's a big thing. Again, we're talking about more natural. So growth factor, you're gonna hear growth factor, exosomes, cytokines, things like that. We have that in our body. Okay, they're proteins, but as we age, they start to diminish. So if we're putting topicals on, or say needling them in, exosomes are and cytokines are again proteins that come from our body. So when they extract very youthful exosomes and cytokines from a donor, it goes through a process. they encapsulate it so it actually can communicate to our proteins, to say to our aging proteins, start mimicking youthful proteins.
Wait, I got stuck on the donor. Who's donating this?
Young people. So like blood, like a blood bank,
Where
right?
was this when I was in college?
I
I was
know.
like, do I get money for this?
I know.
I'll donate anything.
Exactly. Let's make some money.
Yeah, I'll donate anything for $1.
Right,
But
right.
now they're gonna be like, ma'am, you're old. Actually.
Yeah,
we don't
so
want yours.
that's truly what it, like the Mayo Clinic and a lot of scientists and researchers, you know, they've used this for decades. So that is it's not new to the market.
Right.
They use it in cardiac, right, with people that have heart disease. And they are injecting exosomes and cytokines in there to actually, again, make that more youthful and help to repair the heart.
Okay.
So when your body is getting an exosome on their face or a growth factor or a stem cell, they're all one and the same, right? Your body recognizes that, and so then it mimics that youthful protein and starts to kind of reverse age.
You're training it.
You're training it, and then everything coming from that is building collagen and elasticity, and we've been on that for 9-10 months at least,
Yeah.
if not longer, and everybody is always saying, what are you guys doing to your skin? And it
I mean,
really
yeah,
is.
you guys are both perfect.
Well, I don't want about perfect, but I mean, it really truly does. It's a workhorse.
I need to do micro needling. I think
Oh,
I've never done it.
100%. Everybody needs microneedling.
Do you stare at everyone's face and be like, oh my god, you need this, 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 this? You
Yeah.
have to.
We're bad about that.
Yeah.
We'll be like picking out people. We're like, oh, they need laser. They need this.
Yeah. And
Oh
it's
my
not a
God.
mean thing. It's just because our eyes are so trained. We
Right.
could be watching TV. We could be watching in a restaurant. And I'm like, oh, I want to just laser that person. Or I want to help them with acne. Or I want to help them
Yeah.
with whatever.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like that with houses sometimes too. I'm like, fix this, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So people are going towards more of the natural route, but what if they are budget friendly or they're just not? They need to do like an Amazon budget friendly DIY. What is something they can do at home that's not gonna break the bank while they like
Honestly,
hold off for it?
and Katie can attest to this too, but I think when people come in and they don't have much money, I rather see them put their money towards getting their skin health proper with skincare, getting it ready, getting that barrier broken down and make it healthy. And that's
just
what
fill 'em
I'd
up?
rather than put the money towards. But what would you say?
Yeah, I would agree with that with skincare. I mean, the cheapest thing you can do if you have like no money, I'm like, wash your face, take your makeup off at night, right? Wear sunscreen, like stay out of the sun, because those two things like make the biggest difference. You sleep with makeup on, your
right.
pores are going to get larger. The sun, some sun's okay, but an excessive amount of sun is not going to help you.
I'm
doing
your
it the
guys'
right way.
worst nightmare. I do wash my face though.
Okay.
Good for you.
I can't go to sleep with makeup on. Even if I'm like exhausted, like Anthony will bring a thing over while I'm asleep, like I'm falling
Yeah.
asleep.
I love it.
Because I will wake up and be like,
know.
oh, like what's on my face? Not
Same.
because I'm like freaking out about skincare wise. I just like
Don't like the feeling of it.
can't.
I'm the same.
That's why I can't do like those lashes that stay on for like I can't
Same.
do those because I just like want to rub my eyes
Yeah.
and I want to have no makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm horrible. I love to bake in the sun with no sunscreen.
Don't
And
do
I-
that.
I'm the worst.
90% of skin aging is from UVA and UVB. So do
I
not
know,
do it.
I always
and if you
know
do
that.
get in the sun, everybody needs vitamin D in Michigan.
Right.
But
Yeah.
do it wisely. Do it with sunscreen.
So
Work
you're
towards
not
it.
at all what I do.
And a lot of people don't realize too, like medical grade skincare, it's like using professional grade like shampoo and conditioner from the hair salon.
Right.
It's very what is the word?
The ingredients. Just
Luxury.
Condensed. Like you just need a little bit.
It's rich,
Like a little
right.
bit goes a long way. You don't need like 10 pumps of something. I usually tell people like even though you're spending like maybe $300 or $200 on this should last you 3 months if you're using it the proper way. If you're
Right.
doing 6-7 pumps, you're just wasting product and wasting money down the drain.
Yeah.
Right.
So a little bit goes a long way versus buying all that really cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So if you can budget it out, you buy your Starbucks every day for $5-10 a day. Just think about it.
Just stop drinking Starbucks.
Yeah.
Stop
Fix
Do
your
girl
face.
math.
Yeah.
Do some girl math and
Yeah.
get your skincare going.
Yes. You're so scientifical, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I'm guaranteed so many people listening will be like, duh. Also, yeah.
Well, that's why we want people to come down for consults because
Yeah.
it's so easy to
You
explain.
have to educate them.
Yeah, you got to be
I
educated.
don't know what you're talking about.
And it's confusing. Don't you walk into something like Ulta or Sephora and go, what do I use? How do I use it? Everyone says theirs the best.
Right.
But, I mean, we really get into the science. We
Well,
want
and you know that you actually know the science, so you can tell everybody's skin, everybody's
Yeah.
problems are different.
Yeah.
You can cater that towards.
Oh,
them
absolutely.
specifically.
Everyone coming in has their own menu of service.
Yeah.
No two people are the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could be pulling different products and different procedures just depending on what their concerns are or what their issues are.
Right, but you can also be like, you think this is your problem, but your problem is actually
Right,
this.
exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes people need to hear that though.
Yeah. Yeah, people come in and say their skin they think is like an 8-9 or whatever, and I'm thinking it's a 4 or 5.
Is that their tone or just like this
Just
quality?
everything, overall quality.
You're a 0 out of 10.
Well, I don't know about 0, but we've gotten close.
Yeah.
They think they're an 8 or 9 skin.
Sometimes I think people have a.
Do you tell them their rate?
I say it gently. I don't
You
say
tell
it.
them?
I think it depends on the person.
You
Some
have
people
to.
like pick me apart and tell me everything that you see on my face that's wrong.
Well, there's a lot of people like that, and there's a lot of people that want to be quiet too and
Yeah.
not tell anybody what they do. And
Oh.
I get it, but I don't get it. It's like
What? It's so normal now.
it's normal. Everyone
Yeah.
does it.
Everybody's
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay, this is my problem. I like eat Botox for breakfast. Like I'm not kidding. I metabolize
Why
it.
wouldn't you?
I've tried different types. And
Oh,
it
I thought you
doesn't
meant you
last.
like to eat it. Like you love it so much you want.
No, but I mean like my body eats it.
Metabolizes
Yeah,
it.
like it's like doesn't last. I've tried like all different types.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
You work out all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
I
you
know,
go.
but like what am I supposed to just not?
No.
Go get microneedling.
That'll work better.
I mean, microneedling is I think is one of the best things out there for anyone of all ages, all skin colors, everything. Anybody should be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to help diminish your fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to help your tone and texture, your pore size, your pigment, your overall rejuvenation. It's building collagen, elasticity. So if you are Botox resistant, we have other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have other toxins like Dysport and
I've tried Dysport. It didn't make a difference.
yeah. So if you work out a lot, if you're in the sun, there's just so many things that kind of go into it that can metabolize it, and
Right.
some people are resistant to it, unfortunately.
Right. I'm not resistant. I just feel like I metabolize it
last.
because I'm so active.
Yeah.
Which I knew I would, but it was like I'm like this is crazy.
But let me tell you this about Botox. There's so many people that come in here, and it's expensive, and it's not a need, it's a want. But so many people, I think, come in and are like, okay, I only want to spend this amount of money, right?
Right.
So, and I understand that. It's a slippery slope. It costs money. But there is a proper way to dose Botox. So, there's a certain dosage for your glabella. There's a certain dosage typically for your, your forehead and your crow's feet and all that. And if you're not doing that dose, it could be, sometimes it depends on your age or whatever's going on, but it could be something like you're 30 or you're 40 or you're 50. Everyone's going to need different dosage, but they don't want to listen to the injector because they have this amount of money set in their brain.
Right.
So if you are saying, oh, I only want to do $200 worth, well, that Botox is not going
Gonna
to last.
Right, because you're already moving.
Yes.
Well, so I've done it where I've done like, okay, I'm going to do 30 units because like that cleared me up. But then it was gone.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
gone real quick. So the next time I went, I did 60. And like I did not need any more than 60.
No.
And same thing.
Did it?
Just
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I'm
So it's
like,
your
why?
lifestyle. Stay out of the sun.
Right.
I'm only in the sun like 2 months a year.
I know, we are in Michigan.
They've
so-
been talking to lately, a bunch of physicians about taking, and I don't know the exact dosage, like a zinc supplement, about like
Oh, yeah.
a week to 2 weeks beforehand, and doing that to make your Botox
Last
last
longer?
longer. So,
I feel like I've done all the things.
yeah.
I just eat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're always working
unfortunate.
out, that can just happen.
Yeah.
And for people who are looking to cost save, I tell them like crow's feet, for instance. Like you can't treat your glabella. You can always treat your glabella alone. So if you're trying to cost save, like you can go ahead and treat your glabella, get a little bit of a lift, but you can't treat your forehead without treating your glabella. You're gonna have really
Right.
weird animation, and we can't have
Look like
that.
an angry bird.
Yeah. So, but crow's feet, do your crow's feet every other time, or do it every third
Right.
time if you're trying to save some money. Some people, they still want to be really expressive when they smile. So if they're doing that,
It's just not going to last as long.
So I would say do things like your PRP, your PRF, your microneedling, your lasers. That's going to take you far.
Okay.
Very far. And
Maybe
I
I
think
need to start
people
doing
are
those
really
extras.
getting into those types of things because they're really realizing that we can have a jacked up face, right? And have Botox. And our faces are still, they're frozen, but you have horrible skin. But if you
Right.
really change that skin and you change that canvas, that gives you the confidence and you start to see where you're losing 10, 20 years off of your face. And sometimes you don't even necessarily need Botox because we're stimulating so much collagen with
Right.
the things we're doing that you're good.
And maybe then it's not as noticeable because your
Correct.
skin is healthy.
Yes.
Mine like wears off and it's like, whoa, she looks like a Shar-Pei.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. Let me start microneedling. Katie
Yeah,
and I
I'll
can
do
start
mic-
microneedling,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, you will love your skin.
Okay.
I do it once every 2 to 3 months. We do
Yeah.
it once every 2 to 3, just on ourselves to keep that stimulation going.
Does it like hurt?
No.
No, not
Wait,
at
I was
all.
hoping
Not
you
me.
said yes. I feel
No.
like I want a little poke.
I mean, you'll feel a little bit of a picky pokey, but we use
Nasal
such-
cavity, you'll feel like you have to sneeze.
Yeah.
Sometimes on
Oh,
the
yeah.
forehead, it's a little sensitive, but beyond that, it's like super comfortable.
Yeah, and our compounding numbing cream is amazing.
Is that where it like looks like it's sucking your head, your face?
No, that's
No.
probably more like hydrofacial.
Yeah.
Oh.
Microneedling is a medical grade pen. It's got needle tip on it. It's like a 24 needle tip, very fine, like the the fine
like
your
a
hair.
tattoo.
Yeah, and so that's going in and out of your dermal layer where your collagen lays, and we're saying wake up. So I use the analogy of think about aerating your lawn.
Yeah.
You roll this machine over, it pokes holes in your lawn.
Breaks
they
it
put
up.
in the chemicals, right? It grows plush and green and thick and lustrous. That's what the same concept of doing to your skin. So we're going in, not scraping your skin. We're going into that dermal layer and getting to that collagen and saying, wake up. With this pen's going like 10,000 RPMs per second. So you're going in every little nook and cranny of that skin, and that's creating that collagen rebuild, which in turn creates elasticity. And then you're going to see, again, the fine lines and wrinkles diminish, and your tone and texture, and your pore size, and your pigmentation, your acne scars. It's great for everything. So,
Sign me up for that.
yeah, you're in.
Those tiny little micro injuries.
So what's like one beauty trend that you wish would just like vanish forever? It's gotta go. It's bad.
Beauty trend that's got to go. I mean, what I personally hate are the what do you call them? Like the Rodan and Fields.
Pyramid scheme things?
Yeah, and just like everyone that thinks they know skincare, and everyone's out there going, Rodan and Fields is the greatest thing, or
People still think that?
New Skin, or whatever. It's just these
like-
pyramid scams, and I get sick of it because they're BS lines, really.
Okay,
I mean,
so-
I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm just saying they're not what they're hyped up to be. And these people that are selling them have zero idea of what the epidermis is, the dermis is, how it works, what really works, what is good for your skin. They just want to sell to make
There's
money.
sales, people not.
That drives me crazy.
Right.
Eyelashes and microblading. I feel like eyelashes
Together?
have come down. Like people were getting those like really
Oh,
heavy
yeah, yeah, yeah.
eyelashes
Oh,
in the beginning,
God.
and I'd be like,
Hate those.
oh,
Right.
like, I just didn't think they looked good. They weren't natural, and they're like, oh, don't they look amazing? And I'd be like,
No,
no,
they
they don't
don't.
look great. And then you're putting the goggles over their eyes, and like I just got them done, and I'm like,
Yeah,
need to
those
go.
real
They're just
thick,
so
heavy-
heavy.
Yeah, like the caterpillar one?
Yeah.
Yes,
And then
I
when
don't get it.
microblading first came out too, I was just like, oh my God, you need to find somebody that like,
Really know what they're doing.
yeah, like you just can't go to anybody because their eyebrows were just like atrocious.
Crooked?
They were crooked. They were thick. The color.
Just
And
I
then
mean,
people like microblading. You're supposed to do the little fine strokes, but then you get like tattoo artists who are doing microblading and calling it microblading, so that they were just doing the strokes, but then it would all bleed together, so it wasn't like a true microblading.
Yeah.
So it was being advertised wrong, and I was just like,
Yeah.
that's not microblading.
Or you have
like,
60 and 70-year-olds going to get it, and they have eyebrows like you don't. That's not what a 60 or they don't have these. Perfect.
Kardashian
Yes,
brows.
like what are you doing? This lady is 70 years old, and you're putting in like 20-year-old eyebrows. on
Maybe
this
she wants to
person.
look awake all the time.
yeah.
Well, you got it. You did it. You
I'm
achieved
still
it.
alive.
Yeah, those were just like terrifying. And I didn't. This is my personal opinion.
And TikTok shit. Hate
What's
TikTok,
TikTok
shit.
Oh, like when people are like, put beef what is
Beef tallow. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is that?
It's
I don't even know what it. I don't even know what it
It's
is. But
ground up bone shards of beef.
Do you eat it?
no, you're supposed to put it on your
skin.
face.
And you
People were
just
doing
leave it
that.
First of all, it can get rancid.
Do you smell like a
Oh, it
hamburger?
smells like meat, and people think it's the best thing. Because
that does
it's
nothing?
TikTok, it's marketing. Marketing is crazy. I mean, everybody listens to these TikTok trends, and some of them are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all of them, but there's so many of them that are, again, like beef tallow, which the only thing I can tell you what beef tallow does is kind of like Vaseline, where it holds
Locks it all in?
Yes, that's pretty much it. But there's so many other things. Just use fucking Vaseline. Why
Yeah.
are you putting meat on your face? Like, what, that's just gross to me.
Meat on your face.
Not meat,
All
but
I'm imagining is like lunch meat with like the eyes cut out and like the mouth.
people think it's just amazing. It's the best thing. It's going to cure everything. And I'm like, you guys are suckers.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Vaseline. I had it going.
Hey, girl, I'm not against Vaseline. I think if you're
I feel
using
like
that,
only
You look
time
great.
I use thanks. The
Yes.
only time I use Vaseline is when it's like January and I'm like, I am dust.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm dust.
You know what I mean? Like no lotion is gonna work for me.
I'm dust.
I am dust. What's one skincare product that people obsess over but you know is just like absolutely useless?
Oh.
What about those rollers? Are those useless?
The ice rollers?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, ice rollers will work if you're
I'm into.
swollen or you hold in a lot of water weight. They'll help you.
I'm into the gua sha and the ice rollers
Yeah.
personally. I think it's about consistency though. Like if you're gonna do all that, the lymphatic drainage, you have to do it like 5 days a week, and then all the time. Like you'll see a difference. I personally believe. But
How
it's like
often to roll? Like how long?
I mean, you're doing it morning and night. If you're becoming
Who has
obsessive,
time to do all these?
exactly. If you're,
Sometimes we do.
Sometimes
I might.
we
I mean,
do.
it sounds good, but
I
I,
red
can't
light
imagine. Being like,
every
hold
day.
on, I can't go to bed yet. I have 15 minutes of rolling to do.
I red
Yeah.
light every night, every day.
Can you walk around with it on?
Nope. I lay in. It's either
Oh,
the
you do
morning.
like a full body one?
Yeah, I have like a 3-panel one, but I red light. Red light is absolutely amazing.
So that one's not one that you're like, it's
No,
useless.
but
It's
I
a
know.
useless one.
Beef tallow.
That's useless.
I think people just overuse. I don't know if I can really pinpoint one thing. I just think they overuse product. They don't understand. They're
Okay.
like, oh, I hear hyaluronic acid. I hear retinol. I hear vitamin C.
Or they're
I
doing
hear,
too much.
Yeah, it's just like come
You don't
to a
need that many?
professional and really understand what you really need for your skin. Because I think everyone again hears about TikTok, and whether it's like Medicube or whatever the case is. I mean, they just think this is the end all be all, and they start buying all these products, and it's really
waste of
not.
money.
Yes.
Or it's these young high school girls that are buying like all the anti-aging stuff, and you're like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend all that money.
Why are you letting
and
your 12 and 13-year-old daughter be on retinol?
yeah.
You're going to F up their barrier so bad that when they're in their 20s and 30s, they're going to be...
Getting a facelift.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not even the facelift. It's just that when you mess with your barrier, you're thinking reds and browns and broken capillaries, and you don't want to be aggressive. Like, let your daughter wash their face and get into a good routine. But again, they have 100% collagen. And,
We need them to donate.
and what? Yes, that's what we're grabbing those exosomes from. Are your daughters? So let it happen. Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have girls, so not a
don't
whole lot of
either.
skincare is going on, except, hey, wash the eye black
Yeah.
off your face from your game. That's our skincare.
Well, I have
now.
boys, and I'm, excuse me, I'm big on their skincare, though. I really make them understand skincare and how to really wash their face and what products to use to really, one's on the ball field all the time, one has rosacea. So it's just, I'm really trying to educate them at all times, like start young.
Yeah, Anthony's
Yeah.
always like, please get a skincare routine for the love of God. You're
Yeah.
going to be a leather bag in like
Yeah.
5 years. I'm like,
Not
you're
if
not
with
wrong.
us. Not if you're
We
with
won't
us.
let
I'll
that
take
happen.
care of you.
I
We're gonna
think
get
it's
you into
because
it.
you have to do it for so long to like get results. Like you put makeup on, you're like, I immediately look different. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like skincare is like, I don't know, it's like eating right forever, but like never losing a pound until like a year.
It
into
is, but I honestly do think that if you take a picture before you start something medical grade, if you take that picture before and you give it a few weeks, you're going to see changes. Now,
All right, we're gonna do it today. What's my skin out of 10? Don't lie to me.
I mean, I'd have to really look
It's bad.
under it without your makeup. I mean, you're beautiful. Your skin looks great to me.
But
But I
you
mean,
use
I would still...
Vaseline?
No, I would say that if you're not in a vitamin C, you're not in a good antioxidant or a growth factor or some type of, active
Mm-hmm.
to keep those skin cells, that's probably what I would do for you. And just get some microneedling going to stimulate that collagen.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah. If you weren't
Microneedling.
leaving today, I could do it for you.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn. I'll be back.
You'll be back. I could do house calls.
What's the most botched situation you've ever had to fix? Like, has someone ever come in here and been like just so crooked that you're like, yo, hold on, I need to go strategize? You want to say that one?
I would say like mainly filler. I feel like is the most botched I've seen, but I haven't
yeah.
personally had to fix those. So our nurse injector's done that, but some people I'm like, oh my god, like they just need the filler dissolved because their like lips are just
Lips
they're so
and face.
asymmetrical,
I
or
didn't
their
even
cheeks
know.
are so overfilled, and they're unlike nothing about you looks natural, and your
lips
animation's
look
weird,
horrible.
and
Somebody-
you look heavier and puffy.
And you got migration going on, where
What,
the
it's-
filler moves.
it's
Like, if
wandering
you get-
around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Wait,
Filler-
so how do you dissolve it?
Well, you inject Hylenex, basically.
Yeah, and
How-
get it dissolved.
And that's just like, yo, we got to start over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, someone was talking to me about chin filler, and I'm like, that sounds fun.
I've gotten it.
Yeah.
I do jawline filler, chin filler, because I don't have a great jawline.
I like that.
So I really try to have Jamie, our injector, build my chin and jaw.
So you have a
right? So
structure?
it's asymmetrical. Or
think that's the biggest thing.
It's symmetrical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you
it's
don't even
all-
realize how crooked your face is
Right.
until you
Yeah.
come get it fixed, and you're like, damn,
Right.
now I'm even. I
Yeah.
didn't even know.
Yeah.
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 Well, you
Yep.
can always tell too. Sometimes when you come in and you're like, you're a left side sleeper, you're a right side sleeper. You can tell because there's asymmetry to everyone's face.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Or
So
more
you're just trying to
wrinkles, anything.
balance it out. That's the whole point of the fillers is you want everything to be undetectable, but you just want to look balanced.
Yeah.
So if you have a bigger nose, sometimes like pronouncing that chin and bringing that chin out and building it a little bit more will make everything like appear a little bit smaller. Or if you have a bigger nose, you can have a little bit bigger of lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys only do face here?
No, we do body, full body.
What is going on with the body? What's up with the BBL?
So
Do you
BBL
do BBL here?
every day, all day.
What?
No, I think she's thinking about
Oh,
BBL.
you're thinking
Yeah, I'm
Brazilian
thinking
butt
No,
lift?
we're not thinking about
Oh,
BBL.
no, no,
Do you guys do
no,
butts?
no.
No.
We have a surgeon that we work with that will do that.
That's a full surgery?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's either injecting your own fat transfer.
Yeah.
Or you can get implants, but you just can't sit down for 6 months.
I
Yeah.
could probably do that good. I never sit.
Yeah, well,
this
you'd
is
be-
the only time I'm
you'd be a
sitting.
great candidate.
I'm always running.
Well, you'd be standing for this, but yeah, you can get implants too.
Wait, so I feel like BBL, everybody's talking about that, but
Yeah.
like they're always like, oh my god, it looks bad. What do you guys think about that?
I think
I can't really tell.
It's one of the
It's
most
what-
dangerous surgeries you can do.
Why? Because you can get all infected?
That
clot.
blood clot. It just there's so many it's vascular. So when you're putting things in a vascular region like that, you can have necrosis, you can have blockage, you can have a lot of things that go wrong.
Is that why it gets lumpy?
Yeah, I mean it could be bad injections, it could be a million things, right?
How long does a butt lift last?
I mean, it's just like anything else. I think when you're really trying to, everyone's different. Everyone's bodies responds differently to everything.
My ass would eat it up so fast.
But
It's useless.
I think it would last years. I mean, 10
Years?
years maybe, 8 to 10
No.
years maybe.
I mean, I know like one person that's got it done, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
What
We
if
have-
it doesn't like eat it up evenly? You have like one flat.
Well,
cheek
that's
and
the
one big
problem with
ass.
That's the problem with fat transfer, is that you can't. So if they're giving you all this fat transfer, half of it's probably going to take because the other half's going to dissolve.
What if one butt cheek only took and the other one was like?
It could happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Would
to
you
go
ever get
more-
one?
No.
You would never get one.
I would do something to my butt to enhance it, but I would never.
What
I
would
don't
you
think,
do? How do you enhance a butt?
Maybe Sculptra, a lot of Sculptra. That Sculptra I'm talking that really helps to rebuild your collagen, but it's
something
nothing
that your own
is-
body's
Extra
process.
on your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do, I mean, but even with that, like cost effective wise, I mean, you could do 20, 30 syringes depending on the size you're looking for. And then you're looking up to what, 10, 20 grand, you might as well get the surgery.
right.
So,
An implant? Would you get an implant?
No,
No.
hell no.
I feel
Not
like
my
the only
butt.
ones I've ever seen are the ones that are like, mine were in upside down, and they're like,
Yeah, or they flip or something like that. Yeah. I say absolutely no implant on your butt and no implant on your chin, unless you have a really bad structured chin and you really need that medically. But there are so many people that go in and get implants, and those only last a certain amount of time, and those can shift, and it's just
I'm
not good.
only imagining that SpongeBob episode when Squidward gets the new face and he's like hot. Obviously, we watch
Pretty
a lot of
much, yeah.
SpongeBob at my house.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Squidward's new face.
Yep. I am not a big fan of BBLs, but if you're gonna go to Miami. Go to
That's where they're
California.
good at it?
Yes, that's where they do it
Yeah.
all day, every day, and that's who I would trust. I wouldn't probably.
find
Wait,
someone
so-
who's done a million of them.
Yeah.
So what do you do on bodies?
We do laser,
Laser hair removal. I mean, we can microneedle, we can,
BBL, IPL,
What's the
Chemical
BBL, not the
peels.
ass one?
radio frequency microneedling, so the Morpheus. We do cool
What?
sculpting. We do M sculpt in here.
Wait, can you tell me what those are? I don't even know what these
Yep.
are.
So, cool sculpting is using lipolysis.
Is that when you like freeze
cryotherapy.
fat?
yeah, we
Yes.
freeze the fat. So, and then it absorbs into through the body and goes through the lymphatic drainage system.
How many times do you have to do it?
I'd say at least
Twice,
but
typically.
it depends on person.
Okay.
Again, everyone's different. If you're heavier, you're going to need more. If you're thinner, you're going to need less.
You have to have that subcutaneous fat, which is that pinchable, pliable fat. You can't have that visceral fat. So a lot of those guys
What's
that you see with the
visceral?
real hard, like
Beer
big
bellies.
beer bellies, that's just
Oh.
really hard fat. That's a fatty tissue around the organs. So like surgery with liposuction won't get visceral fat. But you have to have that like pinchable, pliable, like subcutaneous
Yeah,
fat.
like the flabby kind.
Yeah, you want to be able to pinch it, and that's what cool sculpting does. And it kind of feels like that vacuum suctioning to your skin, which is pretty cool. So it's a pretty comfortable treatment. And then it gets a negative 11 degrees Celsius. And you're sitting on the machine anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes, up
How
to
does,
an hour.
What does that run? What price wise?
You're going to pay at least $1,500 to probably $5,000, depending on how many you need and what we're doing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like $1,500 for one round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So for someone smaller, they may be satisfied with just one treatment. Typically, you're going to see your final result within about 90 days.
So we do cool sculpting. We do Evolve, which is that's our heat.
Yeah.
So Evolve.
Burn it off.
So Evolve
Radio
is
frequency.
heat. Yep, radio frequency. So we're getting it at a certain temperature, but then you also have an EMS, so it's stimulating your muscles. So you're helping get your muscles, like you're doing
Contraction.
3,000
Okay, yeah, like
sit-ups
that
a
electric.
treatment. Yep. So we do that. But you can BBL, like all our sun damage, all of our reds, our browns. I mean, you can BBL your whole, and in fact,
What
I
is the
just did.
BBL?
BBL is probably my favorite treatment.
Yeah,
I
broadband
think.
light. So
Yeah.
BBL and IPL are the same. It's just different acronyms. One's broadband light, one's intense pulse light. but they're going after discoloration. So if you have
Okay.
a lot of browns, you have a lot of reds, you have a lot of vessels, we can get rid of all of that for the most part. I won't say 100%, but we're getting rid of a lot. Like,
Think of-
I'm doing treatments all the time because I was a sun tanner.
You're freckly.
I'm very freckly. I have
What about
Italian in me.
veins?
Oh, we can blast those away with our YAG laser.
Like if you have veins like all up in your legs and stuff
Yes.
from like
No, it depends the severity, because some people
Right.
really need medical
Like spider
treatment,
veins.
right? But spider
Yeah.
veins and things like that, we can destroy those with our YAG easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. I mean, we really can honestly conquer pretty much most everything with any of our equipment in here, and between me, Jamie, and Katie, we can take care of everything from head to toe.
If you could inject an ounce of confidence into someone, what would you do? Obviously, like not a physical thing.
I
Isn't it
honestly,
hard?
the first person that pops in my mind is this girl right here.
Yeah.
Because she's so talented and she's so beautiful and she knows her stuff, but she doesn't have the confidence. I think she's underrated. And I tell her all the time, like, you got to push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Believe in
And
yourself.
Believe in yourself. I mean, you grow, and I tell this to my kids and everybody that I've ever trained, get out of your comfort zone. That's when you learn.
Right.
Getting on film, getting in front of CEOs or directors, it might make you sweat and poop your pants and make you like not sleep at night. But you know what? You're going to learn the best from that.
Right.
So I want her to get more confident because she's so good that I want her to get that cockiness, confidence. And so I really try to push her. I'm like, dude, get in. Let's go. Show the world what you're about.
Yeah.
So I
think all women should hear that though.
Absolutely. I mean, show women what we're about and what the talent. I mean, you are here for a reason. You're good for a reason. So what are you holding back? What are you
And
worried
no
about?
one's gonna hate you.
Hell no. People love that.
Yeah.
People want, when they come in here and they feel that you're confident, you know when you walk in to get even a facial.
Yeah.
And someone's kind of like timid and doing their thing and you can hear them flapping.
Right.
But if you really have your hands on somebody and you're really looking and you're understanding and you're giving them direction and you're giving them the answers to the test of how to get their skin in gear, I mean, that is powerful. And knowledge is power. And she has it. She just is intimidated. So she
I
doesn't
think
wanna-
people are worried to use their talent too because they don't want to come off cocky.
Yeah.
But it's like
Cocky and confidence are two different things.
I agree.
And I say that to my son, who's a baseball player. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be cocky in order to be confident, but you can be a humble cocky, right? You
Yeah.
know how good you are. You know in yourself what you can bring to the table. But that comes across with education and communication. And
And
just the
ex-
way that
experience,
you
too, I
show
think.
yourself,
Practice.
right? Yes. If you believe in it and you know about yourself, like, you can run the world, is how I
right.
think.
As long as you don't worry about what everybody else thinks about it.
100%.
But it's hard to do that.
Let them.
Yeah.
Mel Robbins, let them.
Yeah.
And I think maybe because I'm in my 50s now, I wasn't like that in my 30s and 40s. I mean, I struggled with it. But as I've hit my 50s, I'm like, I don't give a shit what people think. I know what I know.
Right.
I work hard. I take things seriously. And I don't, if you want to follow me, you want to listen to me, I'm going to give you the best answers to the test. But if you don't, let
If
them.
I'm not for you,
let them. I don't care.
I started to read that book, but I'm like, I feel like I've been following this, and my own term was just like, F it,
Yeah.
instead of let them.
Yeah.
But I had to go there because I got my
100%.
ass ran over by life, so I'm like,
Yes.
I don't have time to
Yes.
worry about what your opinion is of what I'm doing.
And I think women get there as we get older.
Yeah, you gotta have your time to get just run over.
Yes. You
Yeah.
get run over. You know what you know what your non-negotiables are,
Yeah.
and you know what you're not going to take anymore in
What's
life.
not worth thinking about
100%.
and focusing on.
Yep. Absolutely.
So-
And I think we do really good too with our clients in here. Like, we build our clients up. We let them know how good you look, how much of a result you're getting. Look at how fantastic you look and you feel. I can't tell you how many people have come in here in tears or written us letters and said, I've never been able to walk out the house without makeup. And
Yeah.
now I can. You've given me this confidence.
That's amazing.
You know, and a lot of times I used to say to myself, like, oh my gosh, I'm only washing faces. This is not a big deal. But it's like someone said, are you kidding me? You're giving people that have had acne issues their whole life.
Freedom.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
scarring. And, you know, I used to have pigment everywhere and it was embarrassing. But when I clear that up, for the most part, or you clear something up for somebody and you see those tears of joy and
Something
you're
that's
getting
bothered
flowers given to you or you're getting tips because they're so happy, that's what makes me burn. That's my burn. It's
I love
like,
that.
that's my burn. I love it.
That's great. And I think that we are kind of, I think there's a shift culturally with people who want other people to feel good
Yes.
about themselves,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Especially women. I mean, there's obviously some here and there that you're like, they're not those.
And I think that's
But-
one thing we need to point out at Radiance is that we are not drama. We are not somebody that's going to, there's a lot of crap going on in this industry and a lot of drama, a lot of things. We focus on our people, our clients, our patients, our results, and our passion. And we don't let that drama there's so many people I don't even follow. I don't want to hear your drama. I just don't. There's no space in here. So if you want to come in and you want to learn and educate and get your skin to the highest level it can be, that we're your people. But if you want to talk about other people and hear negative crap, and we're not your people.
Right.
Yeah. We want to uplift other women. We want to support other med spas.
I love that. Yeah. Uplift. There's too much
Uplift 'em.
negativity.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Life
had
is heavy.
Yes, it is. I've had so many people, I know she has too, that want to start a med spa. And instead of me going, well, too bad, good luck, I did it on my own. I'm like, you know what? I got a medical director for you. This is my contact. This is what you can do. Here's some pictures. Here's your lawyer. I mean, I'm here to help.
Right, and you're like, you're not taking my people from me.
No.
I feel like it's like that in real estate too. Like a lot of times there's people that are like, I don't want to help you, but I'm like, the odds of us ever coming across the same client,
Correct,
and competing against each other, is like
slim,
1%.
Yeah.
Even in the same
If
area.
it is, we're going to beat you out, but.
But I don't understand. I'm like, okay, whatever. And especially if I like that person, I'm like, if I'm going to lose a listing to someone, I hope it's you.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And it is really true. And I think that, to me, there's so many people that don't want to share your secrets.
Yeah.
But if we all are good, you're not going to have those shitty people out there messing things up and making a bad name for us. Let's all be amazing. There's enough, and there's pieces of the pie for everyone.
Right, and it's also like you're going to do things different than I am.
Yeah.
Because we're different people.
Yeah.
We're different brands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to work differently.
Yeah.
with
So
companies.
we are all about uplifting each other and uplifting women.
Well, thank you guys so much. I feel like you
Thank
gave
you.
us all the science and all the tips and tricks, and now I need a new face, so cheers.
Okay, cheers to that. We're going to be working on you. Microneedling's coming next.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for having us.
You can find their website at radiancebeautylab.com or follow on Facebook at Radiance Beauty Lab. The business is located in downtown Ann Arbor. You can follow them on Instagram at Radiance Beauty Lab MI, and all of their info is going to be in the show notes. Thanks for listening today. Again, I'm your host, Brittany Racine, and we'll see you next week on Might Get Loud.